During Vivid KX at King's Cross Hotel, which has got so much going on, so much great music, so much great live performance, so much theatre, but also we're going to be turning the fourth floor into a micro cinema, and we're going to have 9 screenings over 9 nights, and that's from June the 1st, and it runs through Thursday, Friday and Saturday nights for 3 weeks.
Woo!
We have an extraordinary array of films that sort of step back into the 60s, 70s and 80s. We kick off with F.J. Holden. It's set in Bankstown. So we start in the outer suburbs and move in. Then we go to a very disturbing but much lauded over film, Wake in Fright, which we're screening on 16mm. That's on the Saturday night. Thursday, the June the 8th, They're a Weird Mob by Michael Powell, the English director, which is all about the migrant experience in Australia as we follow the journey of Nino, who's an Italian immigrant that comes out for a job that he's promised. The job collapses. He has to become a builder's labourer. But it's an incredible film, and Michael Powell is an amazing director. And my wife will be sitting down with Vass to talk about the whole notion of coming into this multicultural society. Friday the 9th, we go to The Set, which is deemed as Australia's first gay ever screenplay and film from the late 60s. Roger Ward is going to be joining us. A lot of people might remember what Roger Ward from Mad Max, but he actually wrote The Set and appears in it, and it's all about the Paddington art scene and the trials and tribulations of that time. Then we go to the 10th, Saturday the 10th, Roger Ward, who stars also in Brian Trenchard Smith, The Man from Hong Kong, which is the first Asian Western co-production in the world. The Shaw Brothers, you're actually going to see kung fu fighting sequences across Taylor Square. You're going to see shootouts from the Courthouse Hotel. This film moves at such a breakneck speed that there'll be hardly any breath in the room left. Get your tickets for that one.
Now, that film comes with a bit of a PC warning, yes?
It's a PC warning. A lot of these films do, and we have to put them into context. It was a different time. Let's not get upset. Let's look at that art and see it for what it is. We go then to our final week, which is June the 15th, Thursday night, Pandemonium, one of the craziest films to ever come out of this country. And a little bit about the Nullarbor nymph story being merged into some future apocalypse. It's insane, but Ignatius Jones, one of the men that is distinctly behind the wheels of Vivid, one of the, well, I think he's actually the creator of Vivid, is going to be here because he has a starring role in that film. I'm not going to say any more. It's important that we leave that as a surprise.
Got to be there.
Then we've got the writer and director of one of the most infamous films of the 70s, Journey Among Women, which is all about the original colony and the way that women were treated at that stage. They break out of a prison, form their own utopia in the bush, and then all hell breaks loose because of that. And then the final night, which is June the 17th, Saturday night, Gary Keady's incredibly unseen, never had a real theatrical release in Australia, 1988 classic starring Jeff Duff, Sons of Steel. It's a post-apocalyptic Sydney, and everything is absolutely crazy. All these films are great fun, but they all hark back to a time where we can actually see King's Cross for what it was. And it was the birth of so much creative culture. It truly was the embryonic stage of nightlife in Sydney, and we need to be able to embrace the light and the dark that this area has always brought. Doors open at 7. We'll probably start the screenings around 8, and then between 9:30 and 10 we'll have our half an hour QA with our guest artists.
And where can people get tickets from?
They can get them all across the internet, believe me. You go to the Vivid site, you go to the King's Cross Hotel site, you put in Cult Sinema with an S, Australiana. You put that in on Facebook and you will find every single film has a page to be addressed for ticketing, and ticketing is just $15.
And there's only 60, 70 seats there.
That's right.
So
there is such a small amount of seats, but it'll be an extremely intimate screening.
Intimate.
Especially when it comes to looking into your eyes, Sarah, I can really feel that
Stop
sense of intimacy.
You're making me blush.
That's what it's about. And you too will blush at Cult Sinema Australiana.